Previously on Horror Addicts.
You see, I'm not only a vampire, I'm actually a clownpire. Oh, fuck me.
Hi, I'm Danny Knightmare.
And I'm Monsterface.
And it's the last full moon of 2018, so we're gonna be doing... Killjoy 2, Deliverance from Evil.
He's coming for seconds.
What's with the food reference? He's a clown, not a chef.
Remember? He did it all to eat that pussy.
Oh, fuck me, why are we doing this movie?
Oh, come on, we had a lot of fun reviewing the first one.
What? No, that was like complete torture for me.
Yeah, well, that's why I had a lot of fun reviewing the first one.
Anyways, 2 years after the first abomination of horror comes this new urban terror directed by Tammy Sutton.
This is her first film.
Yeah, and it shows. She went on to direct a few other movies, a couple of which are horror. I haven't seen them, so I couldn't tell you if they're good or not.
Well, come on, this movie can't be that bad. Killjoy is at least played by Trent Haga this time.
That's true. Plus, we got Debbie Rochon.
Damn, that girl gets around.
She's done way too many horror movies for me to even count. Most of them are horrible, but she's usually really good.
Yeah, she's also done a lot of erotic movies too.
And some erotic horror movies.
Like Witch Babe 3.
And The Erotic Ghost. This time Full Moon is teamed up with Tempe Entertainment.
So this is half their fault.
Yeah, if anything, they're definitely an accomplice to this bullshit.
The movie starts off with the chase scene, and there's like some really knockoff Isaac Hayes music playing.
They catch him.
They're white, corrupt cops. They plant evidence on him.
Which, of course, is really fucked up. Skip ahead, he'll be placed into a group of minority misfits, and they're gonna be doing community service renovating a house out in the middle of nowhere.
Wow, if you change that to a hotel, this is basically the same plot to See No Evil.
Yeah, I mean, it came out before that. I hate to think that See No Evil stole from this movie.
It's probably just a coincidence. I don't think anybody would steal from this movie.
Oh, of course, it's a horror movie. Car trouble.
And wouldn't you know it, these city kids don't know how to woods.
Man, this place is fucking creepy. Yeah, I hate trees.
Speaking of the kids, let's see who you got. You got Nicholas, Cece, Ray, and you got Charlotte Davis, played by Olympia Fernandez.
Also sings a really shitty R&B song specifically about Killjoy 2 at the end of the movie.
Killjoy 2, coming back at ya. Watch out for those clowns, y'all.
As cheesy as the song is, I have to say she's at least a better singer than she is an actress.
You got Jermaine, played by Eddie Cheeseborough.
Now I'm hungry.
And who's in charge of this gang of wayward youths is Lieutenant Harris Redding, and his partner, Officer Denise Martinez.
Debbie Rochon, I thought she had like French heritage. I mean, she's born in Canada, and with her last name, I just assumed.
Yeah, I don't know, I mean, but she's definitely playing Latino in this movie.
I guess it worked in Aliens.
And I have to say, I love Debbie. She's great in most of the movies she's in, despite what the quality of the film itself is. But unfortunately, Killjoy 2 is a bad movie, and I kind of feel like she phoned it in this time.
I'm not going down that easy.
Oh, yes, you are. Woo.
Yeah, I don't really blame her though.
It's definitely not a role of hers I wish to remember her for.
Well, wouldn't you know it, not only are they having car problems, but they're also having phone problems.
Can't get a signal on the cell phone either.
Why does this shit always happen to me?
But they do find a house out in the middle of nowhere, and it's like really late at night.
Yeah, so, you know, pound on the door, give up, leave the convicts there, and wander off to try and find yourself reception elsewhere.
Yeah, you know, if your phone ain't giving you reception, or maybe the battery's dying, or whatever the hell the problem is, you might as well just chuck it, right?
Possibly couldn't be of any use later on in your life.
And that's just wasteful.
Yeah, Lieutenant Rennig isn't very bright. In fact, remember those convicts he left out there to smoke in front of the house?
Yeah, they get a little restless and decide to go ahead and fucking just break into the house.
Yeah, what a great idea. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
Oh shit! Boom, motherfucker!
Honestly, I feel like Lily was well in her rights. I mean, she didn't want to answer the door because a group of strangers showed up at her house in the middle of nowhere in the middle of the night.
I think a lot of people wouldn't answer the door.
Lily there is played by the director herself, Tammy Sutton.
Then Lieutenant Redding gets another one of his brilliant ideas and just caps her ass.
Don't fuck with my kids.
Yeah, that's murder. I mean, they broke into her house, and then they murdered her. She might have been a bitch. They still broke into her house and murdered her. Weird.
I mean, it's not their fault, though. She was the director. She told them to do it. It was in the script.
Yeah, Tammy wrote this script with a couple of her friends, and it took less than 2 weeks to do so.
They didn't even, get a phone out of the whole murder. The thing was pointless.
Nope, still don't have a phone.
Where's Redding?
Told us to go on ahead. He went to look for a phone, but I don't think he found one. Damn these woods!
Debbie Rochon can't keep them in line.
So Nick steps up and says, you know what, I'm in charge now, and just takes her gun from her.
Look, if that's the way you want to be,
What are you doing?
I'm taking charge.
What are you fucking nuts?
Are you?
Miss Martinez, please!
Oh, wow.
And they decide to break into another house.
But thankfully, this place belongs to a very chill black voodoo priestess.
You and your friends are welcome in my home. Come in, my dear. Come in.
Yeah, and all this voodoo dark magic starts Cece talking about her granny who told her a story once about a boy from the city who summoned Killjoy to get revenge.
An evil spirit named Killjoy.
Killjoy? What kind of fucked up name is that for an evil spirit?
Yeah, she just kind of does a whole little exposition backstory on the first movie.
It's pointless and stupid.
But it sure gives Nick a good idea.
He asks her if all that voodoo black magic's real.
And Cece says yeah, but she ain't having any of it.
Till he bribes her with drugs to get her to summon Killjoy.
Yeah, she's hooked on the junk, so she flips pretty easily.
Why he thinks Killjoy is gonna be able to help save Ray Ray, I don't know.
Yeah, what part of that story made it sound like he was the savior type?
No, if he was paying attention, he'd know that Killjoy is an evil demon who uses you and kills you.
The earth, the soil, the flesh, and the dust, we beg you, Killjoy, appear to us.
Yeah, I don't know why she knows how to do that. She heard a story from her granny once, but whatever.
Well, no demon, no drugs.
Until she makes him a different offer that he can't refuse.
You said you could fix me up.
You said you could deliver.
Well, maybe we can work something out.
Yeah, and if this were the first movie, we would be in for a softcore porno scene.
But apparently the new director, Tammy, does not like sex or nudity, because they just skip right past that scene. Boo!
Yeah, talk about a Killjoy.
Boo!
A lot of bad and dramatic editing for whatever reason.
That's just awful.
Anyways, he gave her the junk, and now it's time to give her the other junk.
But he doesn't really have any drugs.
And Cece's so happy about that, she could just shit.
You fucking bastard!
After storming off, she goes to use the honey bucket.
And this is when we finally get our big dramatic reveal of Killjoy.
He doesn't use his magic to blast into the movie, and he doesn't pull up in an ice cream truck anymore.
Nope, we just see his little clown feet as he walks through the woods. Okay, I mean, when she summoned him, did he not magically appear anywhere nearby? Or did his pager just go off and he decided to hit a cab into the woods where then he got out and started running towards her? I mean, it did take a while for him to get there.
This movie took a while to get there. It's already halfway over.
Well, whatever, he's finally there. And while Cece's taking a shit, he removes his chattering teeth and he throws them in there.
You know, in theory, this would be a funny, cool death, but you don't really get to see shit.
Well, thankfully you don't get to see shit, because it's the one thing I wouldn't want to see what's going on in there, but still kind of an off-camera kill, and I have to say it really bites.
Yeah, and it's very shitty.
Speaking of which, what's up with the fucking wig, man? It looks horrible.
Feels like even though Trent Haga took over the role, they want this to still come off as very urban and very pimp.
Yeah, I mean, his face makeup looks better. The suit, the wig is shit.
Didn't Lynn Haga do wardrobe and costumes for this film?
According to the credits.
At least shortly after this, we get a second kill that really gets the blood pumping.
Man, did he just gleek blood?
Oh, God, blood! Oh, God!
He probably does that at birthday parties. I mean, I can see that being a hit with kids.
Killjoy at a kid's birthday party. I feel like that was definitely a missed opportunity for these movies.
Who knows, we might get a part 6.
There you go, Full Moon. Make it happen.
Nick then shows up to avenge his fallen crew by busting a cap in Killjoy's ass.
But as we know from the first movie, homie don't play that.
But he does like to play a game of why you cutting yourself.
Pretty brutal, and I have to say, you know, maybe that first kill wasn't great, but overall, this movie's got way better gore than the first one did.
Yeah, if anything, they did improve on violence. This movie racks up 7 kills. There's 2 of them before it even becomes a Killjoy movie.
Just as easy to have 2 of your dead carcasses hauled out of here as 1.
Throughout the movie, there's a bunch of cool little clown Easter eggs hidden around. This movie actually takes place during a full moon.
Ah, cool, I'll drink to that.
Killjoy is confronted by the priestess.
Yeah, her name's Kaja Bazo.
Killjoy challenges her to magic off.
When it's all said and done, she's got a big old smile.
With Killjoy hot on their heels, they all meet back up at her house.
And it's shit, we get a psychic prediction of Psycho Circus.
Leave me alone, you psycho circus.
And that movie says this movie's only a movie.
Yeah, these first 2 films aren't even canon anymore. Thank God.
But that murderous lieutenant shows up to save the day. Or maybe he's looking to shoot the owner of this house.
Yeah, maybe it's best she's already dead. But he does get his own cool theme song.
Daddy's running a little late, but this party about to get started.
Holy water.
Go away.
That, you sick bastard!
Or whatever the hell was in that fucking jar.
And Killjoy's face kind of melts and turns rubbery.
He basically looks like that.
Hey, that wasn't funny.
Oh, I'm just clowning around.
Shit, you'll get tired of hearing that throughout this movie.
Yeah, this movie is tiresome on your ears and your eyes. In fact, in the beginning of this movie, the audio is absolutely fucking unbearable.
What are we looking at?
You're gonna love this.
Once they get out into the woods and they're lost, then the audio is a little better. But the beginning of the movie is just such... And even though this movie's got a little bit better gore and perhaps a little better in general, it ain't worth pushing through that horrible audio. You might as well just fucking skip this film. And even though I would say Trent Haggett is a better Killjoy, it's gonna be another 8 years before he gets to truly shine in Killjoy 3.
Boring! Boring! Boring!
Yeah, I'm surprised they even made a sequel. I mean, I'm glad they did, because they're a lot better, but damn, these first 2 were just awful.
So the first one's a turd, this one might be a polished turd, but it still smells and definitely sounds like shit. Movie had a $30,000 budget, but I don't know where they spent all the money.
I don't know, maybe ask the production accountant, Eric Cartman?
That explains a lot. I mean, the writing is so bad. Was the script supervisor not doing their job?
I don't know, her name is Yolanda Squat Pump?
That's fitting, because it feels like somebody just squatted and pumped this movie out of their ass.
Thanks for watching.
Cheeseburro squat pump diarrhea filled clown pants.